He raised his axe and began cutting it. Out of the tree jumped a frightening devil. They were afraid to sleep. The man whispered nervously. One day, the wife suddenly had an idea. Long ago, in a small house near a large forest, lived a poor man and his wife. They had one loyal friend, their brown dog with a funny curled tail. One morning, the man picked up his axe and said to his wife, "I'm going to the forest to cut some wood. If I can sell it, we might finally have some money for food." His wife nodded sadly. The man walked deep into the forest until he found a very old tree. He raised his axe and began cutting it. Suddenly, a loud, terrifying noise echoed through the forest. Out of the tree jumped a frightening devil. The man jumped back in fear and dropped his axe. The devil growled loudly. "You damaged my tree! Now I am going to eat you!" The poor man trembled with fear. With a weak voice he begged, "Please spare me! I am only a poor man. My wife and I are starving. That is why I came to cut this tree and sell the wood." The devil listened carefully. When he heard about the wife, a cunning idea came into his mind. The devil smiled wickedly and said, "All right. I will make a deal with you." The man looked up nervously. "I will help you and your wife for 1 whole month," the devil said. "I can do any work very fast. But there is one condition." The man swallowed nervously. "You must keep giving me work continuously," the devil continued. "The moment you stop giving me work, I will get hungry. And I will eat you, your wife, and anyone I worked for." The man thought for a moment and finally agreed. The devil smiled again, thinking, "They will run out of work in just a few days." The deal began immediately. The man quickly said, "First, take me home." In a moment, the devil carried the man through the air and dropped him in front of his house. When the man's wife saw the terrifying devil standing there, she screamed and fainted. The man quickly ordered, "Fan her with that palm leaf until she wakes up." The devil waved the fan until she slowly opened her eyes. The man then explained everything about the deal with the devil. Once she stood up, the man gave the next task. "Cook us lunch." Within 20 minutes, the devil said, "Done. What is the next job?" The man was surprised. "Take our clothes to the river and wash them." "Done," said the devil in just a few minutes. "Clean the house." "Done." Whatever work the man gave, the devil finished it in minutes. Soon the man began giving bigger tasks. "Build us a new house." In just a few hours, the devil built a beautiful wooden house. "Cultivate the empty land near our house." Within a day, acres of land were full of healthy crops. "Bring us some gold." The devil returned with a large heap of shining gold. Within only a week, the poor man had become very rich. But they were running out of work. Every night the man and his wife sat awake, thinking of more tasks. They were afraid to sleep. The man whispered nervously, "If the devil finishes the work while we are sleeping, he will eat us." Days passed, and they became more and more worried. Finally, one day, the wife suddenly had an idea. She pointed at their dog and said, "Look at our dog's tail. It is always curled. Let's ask the devil to straighten the dog's tail." The man laughed quietly. "That's a brilliant idea." The next morning, when the devil came for his next task, the man said, "Here is a very important job. Our dog cannot chase fleas properly because his tail is curled. Straighten his tail." The devil laughed confidently. "That's easy. I will finish it in a minute." The devil grabbed the dog's tail and straightened it. But the moment he let go, the tail curled again. He straightened it again. The tail curled again. He tried again, and again, and again. Hours passed. Then a whole day passed. Still the tail curled back every time. The man and his wife watched quietly from the window, smiling. Finally, the devil realized something terrible. This job would never end. With a loud, angry roar, the devil shouted, "I cannot do this forever!" And in frustration, he ran back into the forest and never returned again. From that day on, the man and his wife lived happily with their new wealth. And their dog lived happily too, with his funny curled tail.